Yo, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another day at the stable. You guys remember this guy, right? Good old Scrappy boy. By far the craziest Mustang I have ever built, with a relocated powertrain, a couple inches back and down for better CGs, absolutely gutted interior, and a limited slip diff from an Explorer so we can get a little sideways. Anyway, today's gonna be an easy day. We're not rebuilding engines, transmissions, or welding anything, hopefully. Let's spend the day with the SCRAPSTANG, drive it around a bit, get to know it a little more. I'm not expecting to do anything crazy today. Again, if you guys remember from the last video, we need an alignment, we need a sway bar, and we need some rear shocks. So first thing on our to-do list is to get those rear shocks so the car won't do this. Some of you were saying that I was gonna make this a lowrider just because I'm Mexican. But honestly, I would be privileged to do a lowrider one day. I don't know if you guys have seen the amount of detail that goes into those paint jobs. It's like insane. They are artists on another level. Also, before I forget, we do have some new merch. Check this out. SCRAPSTANG Rookie Pilot. You know, you can tell it's a play on Route 66, but the Mustang is a 66, so I thought it would be perfect. Let me know what you guys think. Ciao! Honestly, I am in love with this design. You know what we'll add to our stops? We're gonna go get some more colored shirts to see what looks good with this design. But yeah, this looks freaking sick. I'll leave the link down below in the description. It's a good way to support the channel and to keep the SCRAPSTANG alive. Alrighty, folks. Let's head out. Let's go get some shocks. All right, so the parts store that we're going to pick up these shocks is about a 10-minute drive, so it's not too far. Coolant 152 at the moment. I believe we have a 160-degree thermostat in there, or 180. I don't really remember what we put in here. Either way, I haven't seen the car go over 180-ish, 190. That's the hottest I've seen it, but it'll usually run around 177. Right now it is 110 degrees outside, so not too nice. We are insured, we are registered. We do have tail lights, turn signals. Yo, we need gas. We definitely need fuel. Should we stop after or before the parts store? Probably at around 65 miles an hour. Feels pretty good. All right. First highway run, about a minute. It did really good. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, I got off on the wrong exit. Oh, no. Huh. It died. I don't know why it died right now. Oh, we might just be low on fuel. Obviously, we have no AC. Our turning radius is actually really good. It's so weird having a mirror on the passenger side. They're so small. It's 110 degrees outside, and I got my hand out the window like if it's a nice West Coast day. Oh, that's why we need shocks. It just scraped on the tire and I instantly smelled burnt rubber. We do have a very large hole for the shifter. We're probably getting a little bit of carbon monoxide coming in here. Both of the windows rolled down, both of the little vents open, and we have no back window. So I think it might circulate enough. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Why are my brakes squeaking when they are brand new? Okay, well, we made it. Let's go get some shocks. Alrighty, we got those shocks. Just put them back here. Oh my God, that seat is hot. We definitely need some fuel. I think I'll stop somewhere right now. You guys want to know the best thing about the Mustang in terms of refueling? Is that it doesn't matter what side the pump is on because it's in the center. Check it. $30 is too much. Oh no, we got some on the paint. All right, second drive on the freeway and the Mustang's doing really good. Handling nice. Temps are staying under 200. Other than we're bouncing around, it's doing pretty good. I mean, but we got the shocks right here behind us. And I gotta put something in this transmission, in the shifter hole, because I'm getting a lot of hot air coming in from the ground, from the powertrain, from the exhaust. Let's open the bay door. Oh, the seat is so hot. All right, let's install some shocks because I'm getting hungry. I'm pretty freaking hungry. I was about to go get lunch, but Sarah called us in, so we gotta go help her bleed some brakes real quick. So we went with the Fox Body shock absorber because the Mustang originally had a stud mount on the top and on the bottom, but as you can see, the Fox Body has this bolt loop or eyelet type mount, which is exactly what we need because with our new 8.8 differential from an Explorer, it uses that style mount. I didn't even really think about this, but the angle that this shock is at is not the same angle that this mount is at. As you can see, it's like this, but it's supposed to be like this. So just to clarify, the top mount needs to be original for the Mustang, for the 66 Mustang. The bottom mount is from a 2001 Ford Explorer, and the shock absorber is from a 1986 Mustang. But I think I know of a way to make this work, and we need fire. Wow, those wheels look fat under here. Anyway, the shocks are in, but it wasn't without its problems. Holy cannoli, that was way more complicated than I thought. I definitely could have fabricated some brackets that would have accepted the original style mount faster than what I did right now. Anyway, anyway, the shocks are in, so it doesn't really matter anymore. But I'm freaking filthy. Let's go make another shirt. I want to see if there's any difference in height after installing those. Is it me or is it sitting a little higher? No, it's so hot. So let's go pick up some stuff to make more shirts and maybe get lunch after that. Second gear. Okay, we're gonna stay in second gear all the way. No, I popped it. Oh my gosh, it popped back in. Although the drive home was a silent one, it wasn't a mad one or a sad one. If anything, I was feeling very nostalgic. Nostalgic because this moment brought back memories and flashbacks of my first Mustang. I daily drove this car for 5 years, so I definitely had my fair share of breakdowns on the side of the road. So while I'm driving, I keep getting these flashbacks of all the different places I've broken down in this city. But with those flashbacks, I'm not only remembering the location of the breakdown, I'm also remembering the reason and what I had to do to fix it. So again, nostalgic because I'm getting back all these memories, all these feelings, and remembering all of the knowledge that that car taught me with each breakdown. Moments like these suck while you're in the present, but you actually take away more than you realize. Yeah. That's an issue. But on a side note, the car felt a lot different with the rear shocks on. Well, we made it to the shop at least, but I can't bring the car in because it won't shift into first, so I can't roll it up, and I tried pushing it, but that didn't really help. During the drive, I did notice that I kept having to push the clutch a little bit further in order to shift into gears, and then it wouldn't really even go into gear. I kind of had to force it in there up until it wasn't going into gear at all, which was in the middle of traffic. Again, luckily we made it all the way back. So we don't have a clutch, we're still in dirty clothes, and we don't have lunch. I'm grateful that it at least made it here. I was already like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to call a tow truck and have to sell my right kidney for it. Man, but I was really looking forward to the drive I was gonna take in the afternoon. We were gonna go out to the desert, have some fun, but I mean, hey, that's what these little drives are for, so we can work out the little tweaks. Luckily, again, we weren't too far from the shop and it was able to make it here. Man, but I hope you guys had fun with this video. It was definitely, it had its ups and downs. But with that being said, thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next one.